take the pressure. Glory.
Hi everyone, this is Jennifer from Kingdom Heritage. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. So today I want to talk to you about the secret. Not the secret that's the book or anything like that. I'm talking about the secret about men. And I was thinking about this for a while because I want you women, those of you out there that are single, that are looking for a mate, that are wanting to be married, I want to let you know about men and the secrets about men that they won't tell us and that we wouldn't know. Information is just not privy to us. So, the secret about a man is this: when God created man, he supplied all of his needs. Meaning, he had a home, he had a job, he had work to do in the earth, he had someone that was there to comfort him, to talk to him, to spend time with him in the Spirit, the Holy Spirit. They were able to be there and they created him in his image, in God's image, and in his likeness. All of his needs were met. And God loved Adam so much and he loved man so much that when God saw that Adam had an additional need, he met that need. So sometimes, number one, when we see men or we're in relationships with men, and the number one thing that I hear and I've said actually in my life is that he is so selfish. And when you think about that, you're like, this man is only thinking about himself. He's only thinking about getting his needs met, get things in order so that his needs can be met. That is not a bad thing. We can look at it as a bad thing because we're not fitting into the mold or we're not being appreciated or whatever the case may be. But it's how man was created. Man's needs was met for him in every area, even down to a woman, us. So when we have a man in our lives and we're noticing that they're selfish, and I'm not talking about a man that is using you or abusing you. I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm talking about the innate characters of men is for them to seek out need and to have that need supplied. And the thing about men is, and this is what I feel, is that we don't understand this fully. Ice T said, and a lot of people don't like that when I bring it up, but I feel like it's true. Ice T said, when a woman finds the right man, it's the right time. And when a man finds the right dime, it's the right time. And of course, that's worldly, that's secularly, but it's a lot of wisdom behind that. Because women, when we find the right man, no matter really what type of circumstance we're in, when we feel like we love a man, when this man is presented before us, we don't care about any other thing that's going on. We found the right man. We want this man. We want things to work out with this man. Men, on the other hand, don't operate like that. Men want to fulfill needs. And every man's need in a particular time in his life is not to be married, or it's not to have children, or it's not to work, or it's not to be in a relationship. Men go by their needs that they have within themselves. So it is imperative to you women, those of you that want to be married, those of you that are looking for a mate, to listen. Because the thing about a man is that he can't help but to confess what stage he's in. And that's where it's important for you to listen to a man and find out what particular stage is he in his life. A man might confess and say, oh man, I just got out of a relationship. I don't want to be in a relationship. Or I'm single and I'm happy to be single. Or I'm looking for a wife. And those are the things that we have to make sure matches up and aligns up with our needs and our wants. Because what will happen is that you'll meet a man, you'll like a man. A man will be in a relationship with you, or he will pursue you in some area to fulfill his need. We as women have to, number one, maintain our holiness. So if a man is looking for sex, and you see that and you know that right away, you know that that's not the person for you. We don't have the power to manipulate or control a man to make them fit into our timeline of what we feel like we want. That's the thing that I feel like a lot of us are missing out on, and then we get hurt And then we run into these relationships with men because we feel like this is the right man, and eventually he'll change, or eventually he'll want to commit. And that's not going to happen. You will spend, because men are not going to mess up what they have. Meaning, if they have found something that's supplying a need for them, they're not going to mess that up. So you will have a man that has pursued you and is highly attracted to you, and his need that he wants you to fulfill is sex. That man will not put that opportunity, that need being met in jeopardy. So if you say, I don't want to talk to you no more, I'm through with you, you're not going to be using me, you're not going to be mistreating me, and all this stuff like that, he will do whatever he feels that he can to keep that door open. And women, we shouldn't feel at that point, if a man is not fulfilling our needs, or if a man is not giving us what we feel like we want, we can't say that then this man is using us. Because when a man is verbal with you, and even if a man is not verbal with you, you know very well if a man is using you to fulfill a need. And the number one thing that God has set men is God, is Jesus, is man, is wife, family, right? So God put man as a covering over a woman, as a provider over a woman. Jesus is the provider of all of us, right? So men innately have something in them that they want to provide. They want to secure. They want to protect their wife, the woman in their life that they feel that they love and that they want to be with. So you can know right away if a man is interested in you, if one, his timing is correct, he's letting you know that he's looking to fulfill a need for a wife. That's number one. He'll confess that. If you listen, he'll confess that. If you're patient, he'll confess that. If you wait, he'll confess that. Number two is a man providing. And we're not always talking about financial things, because we have been in a lot of relationships where men have provided for us financially, but they weren't connected to us. They were providing for us so that they can keep the need that we supply. So we're talking about a man that has confessed that he's looking for a wife, has confessed that you meet that need, and is providing. And I mean providing on a lot of different levels. I mean, emotionally. He's there for you when you need him. He helps you put things together. He helps you with your business. He helps you with ideas. He provides for you financially if you're in need. Those things are characteristics of a man that innately feels something in his spirit, in his soul for you, and wants to meet that need for you. Now, it's really important that women, and I've made this mistake myself, that we don't put ourselves into spots to fulfill a need for man, and then have an expectation that fulfilling that need for that man is going to progress to something else. Because it 9 times out of 10 will not. Because if you meet a man and you befriend a man, and your intent maybe in the back of your mind is to pursue a relationship with him later down the line, or maybe not. Maybe you, within the friendship, have developed feelings for him. Men start things, men are very structured. So if they start something with you and they're very visual, if they start something with you in this box, it's hard, very, very hard. If they started off with you fulfilling that need, for you to transition into something else. So if you started off as a buddy, it's hard unless he initially had that feeling in his mind that he wanted to be with you, that he wanted to marry you and commit to you, for you to transition. But if you started off as the buddy, you're going to end as the buddy. If you started off as the booty call, you're going to end as the booty call. If you started off as the woman that he pursued, that he confessed, that he wanted to be with you, that he wanted to marry you, he will say that. He will say, I can always see us together. And I'm not talking in a way to kind of to solidify you in a need, or saying these sort of things to make you stay with them. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about someone who is confessing these things consistently and not out of an emergency to keep you in their life. So this is the secret. Men want to fulfill needs. They were created in the beginning having all their needs met. Okay? Now, this is the second thing. Women, when you meet a man and you feel like you like him or you feel like you want to go forward with him, and you see that man, this particular man, and this is going to take time. That's why the courting process is so important. This takes time. If you see that a man has particular needs and you can't help him or fulfill those needs without any burdens placed on you, this may be the man for you. Because what happens is that we see right away in the courting process that this man has all these sorts of needs. He needs his clothes ironed. He needs the bed made. He needs a cooked meal at a certain time every day. Okay? These are needs. And we can't say that a man is selfish or that a man is having an issue if he has these needs and he wants these needs met. We can't have a problem with that. If you have a problem with that, that may not be the man for you. And that's how relationships fizzle out. Because in the beginning, you put on this kind of air to do these things for him because you want him and you want to make him feel that you are fulfilling those needs, that you can be a helpmeet to him. But if you're not doing it out of your heart, out of a place that wants to do it for him, it's going to fizzle out. So you have to make sure that you're being honest with yourself, that you are supplying a need for a man that you're comfortable with doing. Some women don't want to cook. Some women are not going to touch somebody else's dirty clothes. So those sort of things you have to take into consideration when you're with a man, because a man has a strong desire in his spirit, in his mind, in his body to have these needs met. And if we start off in the beginning meeting these needs and then feeling our spirit that we don't want to do it anymore, that causes a problem. It causes a big problem because what happens is that his desire is so strong for that need, he'll go and get it met somewhere else. Getting laundry done and things like that, that's not a big deal. But when we're talking about a man and we're talking in marriage that's used to having sex with his wife 5 or 6 times a week, and that's not something that you're comfortable with, or that's something that you did in the beginning, but you felt like you can't continue to do, you may want to make sure that that's something that you can be able to continue. If you used to talk, that's on the extreme side, but it's true, it's real. If you have a man that likes to communicate, that likes to talk about issues and talk about different things that's going on with his friends or God or something like that, and in the beginning you spent 2-3 hours on the phone talking, but you're not comfortable with that. That's not something that you really wanted to do. So midway in a relationship, you stop. Or you cut communication off with him because of some issue that's going on. He'll go somewhere else and get that need met. He'll go somewhere else and get the sex need met. And he won't feel as bad about it because he feels in his heart, in his spirit, that he had a need and his desire is going to push him, that adrenaline is going to push him to get that need met. So we have to make sure the secret women is to wait for a man, because God knows. God has ordained a man for you before the foundation of the earth that's going to fit completely with you, that you won't have any problem doing anything that this man is asking you to do within marriage. It will be a joy to do these things. And that's what makes a good marriage, is that when a man needs help, you're right there to help him willingly, happily. And that's what happens in a lot of relationships where they don't last, because we don't allow ourselves the courting period. Women, we don't allow ourselves the period of patience to wait for the right man to be presented to us. And then we don't listen to a man that's telling us what his needs are in that particular time. He will tell you, I'm not really looking for a relationship right now. You know, all of us have heard that. But we continue going forward because we feel like we're going to deviate or we're going to make him change his mind or whatever. It's not going to happen. So, or you'll be in these relationships for 10, 15 years with 2 kids. You been broke up about 10 times, and then the last breakup, you find out 3 months later that he's gotten married. This is something that happens a tremendous amount, and then you're stuck. This comes from you not being patient enough. So, women, I'm urging you to listen to what I'm saying and take it for what it is. Everything that I'm saying is going to fit. Maybe a piece of it is going to fit here, or a piece of it is going to fit somewhere else, but all of it is going to help you. Listen to a man when he's talking to you to find out what area in his life he is, what stage in his life he is, what part of his life does he need to be filled. That's number one. Wait for the man that God presents before you. That's number two. And make sure that if you're fulfilling these needs in a man, that you're happy to do it. That you're doing it with joy, that you're doing it with gladness of heart, that if you're happy to help this man. And you'll have a strong relationship. You'll have a strong marriage. You'll have a marriage that will endure time because all the pieces will be in alignment. So I'm so happy that you're with me. Don't forget to visit me at my ministry, www.ourkingdomheritage. Don't forget to share this page with some of your single girlfriends. Let them know that the secret is out, that we know what's going on with these men now. We're going to act accordingly. Share this message by email, Facebook, and Twitter. I urge you to share this message with as many women as you know. Also, I have a Facebook page. It's Kingdom Heritage. I'll have the link below. Like my page. I would love for you to do so. I speak a lot on my page. I chat a lot with people that have watched my videos, leave little testimonies. So it's a great place for us to interact and to commune with each other. So thank you so much for watching. I can't wait until the Lord allows me to see you again. Bye.